Welcome back, everybody, for the first time to Assetto Corsa Evo. I have been waiting months for this game, the final release, and here it is in early access. Now, this is a very early access version of the game. As you can see, there is not much to start us off, but we got a whole overview of everything that they're going to be adding all the way up to the 1.0 release in the fall of 2025, which, if you are on console, that's when you will be getting Assetto Corsa Evo, is they're planning to release that around when 1.0 actually fully comes out. As of now, we only have 5 circuits and 20 cars and only 2 game modes to play, but next updates we are going to be getting 2 more cars, special events, and Fuji Speedway. Now, I've already come in and done some graphic settings, got my wheel connected, and everything else I need to get done, and I gotta say, the game so far looks absolutely beautiful. Now, I don't have my graphics turned all the way up, I don't have the most insane PC in the world. I'm just running high graphics. I have the recommended specs for it. You can see that either on the Steam page, and I'll probably put the recommended specs and minimum specs in the description of the video if you guys are wondering what you would need to run this game. So we're going to be checking out the top UI first and seeing all these beautiful little tabs that we have up here. Starting here with Drive, where we have single player and special events. Sadly, at the moment, special events is not anything at the moment. We don't know, there's no special events. That seems to be coming in the next content release between this and the second early access release. Here's the vehicles, where we have the garage, the dealership, and the customized vehicles. This is the first time we've ever been able to customize vehicles in an Assetto Corsa title. We also have this called the Academy, where you can earn licenses, it seems, for different cars or different classes of racing. Don't know much about this yet, also not implemented in the game till later updates and later versions of the early access. Here in the driver, you can create a full driver profile with your first name, your last name, nickname, initials, age, and your nationality. Here in the gallery, we're gonna have replay and photographs. Sadly, at the moment, replay and camera mode don't really exist yet, so we cannot save replays and we can't really take pictures within the game. That is also going to come in later versions of the game. And then, of course, we have the settings where you have the controls, video, audio, gameplay, HUD, and credits. We're not going to be going over this stuff today. Now, one thing I want to go over in the menu is this little button in the bottom right that says Scene Options. Here we can go and change our showroom in the background. We have a few different rooms at the moment. Again, it's early access, so most of these aren't really anything, but we do have a few, such as the auto service, a nice track garage, which I really like. This will look cool with actual race cars, and my personal favorite, the urban. I think it looks really nice, really good lighting, nice aesthetic to it, and will probably be what I'll use until they maybe add better ones. And that's enough about the UI, so let's get right into the car and hop into single player. Now, at the moment for single player, we only have 2 game modes, practice and quick race. For today's video, I'm gonna just do a quick 5-minute little quick race just to get moving and see what the physics in this game are like. And we do only have 5 circuits, but we actually have 8 layouts in total. We have Brands Hatch Grand Prix, Brands Hatch Indy Circuit, Imola, Laguna Seca, Mount Panorama, Suzuka East, Suzuka Grand Prix, and Suzuka West. For today's video, I'm going to just hop on Brands Hatch Indy Circuit because in 5 minutes we should get a decent amount of laps in. And over here on the right hand side, we can change our car that we want. At the moment, there's no car rentals that is not in the game yet, but we can head right over to the garage where we can see the collection of cars and manufacturers in the game. The current companies in the game are Abarth, Hyundai, Alfa Romeo, Lotus, Alpine, Mazda, Audi, Mercedes-Benz, BMW, Porsche, Chevrolet, Toyota, Ferrari, Volkswagen, Ford, and Honda. For today's video, I'm going to start off just quite simple with a nice Ford Cosworth to sort of ease into it a little bit. And this should be the perfect car for the Brands Hatch circuit. We also have great weather system in this game. They're doing something called dynamic weather, where the rain actually works as it does in real life. It doesn't just make the road slippery, but will actually puddle up where the rain is meant to puddle up. For this race, I'm just going to stay clear skies, but we will get to this at a later time. And we also have the assist. So if you want automatic gearing, you can do that. If you want automatic this, all right here. You can have automatic wipers, automatic headlights, and you can even turn on the racing line. But that's enough yapping. Let's get right into it. Okay, so here we go. First ever race in Assetto Corsa Evo. Put it in the first gear. Wait for lights out. Okay, that's a very fast lights out. Usually it takes a little while longer, but nope, that was pretty quick. Now I do have the AI down a little bit because I'm not really planning on paying too much attention to my driving, but okay, more so looking at the new UI changes that we see here, and also the physics of the car itself. And wow, okay, so all I did when the settings for this game was simply just plug in my wheel, and it was already connected. And I changed no other settings. I changed no force feedback, nothing like that, and it already feels absolutely perfect. Like it, like it already feels like it's set up perfectly. Which some racing simulators, you don't get that. You have to go through a bunch of settings so it feels right. This already feels good. I know I've already done one lap here, but it already feels like it's perfectly tuned for my wheel, which I have a Logitech G920, I think it is. Okay, so looking at the UI here, in the bottom right, we have our speedometer as well as our tire temperatures, which is very nice to have. We all can see our fuel down there, our traction control, brake bias, all the necessary things you need when you're driving a race car, of course. In the top left, we can see our current lap, our previous lap, and our best lap, as well as our position and what lap we're on. And in the bottom left, we have our split time between us and the other drivers on grid, which seems to change after every sector. But I'm gonna stop talking about all that stuff because I want to focus on driving my car here. I maybe turned the AI down a little bit too much. We got quite a lead on them. But I gotta say, so far, it feels amazing. It feels like it just feels good. I don't know how to explain it. It feels right. It feels like the car does what you want it to do. Okay, that's off track there. We'll note that. But it just feels like the car is doing everything that I want it to do. Maybe it's just the car, or I think it is just the physics of this game are a lot better than previous titles. Sound effects sound really good too. Good tire screeches, good wind sounds. Here, going over the curb, you can feel the curb. Like it feels, you can feel the car going over the curb when you touch them. Okay, I went a little ambitious there, I'm gonna be honest. I got enough of a lead anyway, we'll be fine. We can see the tire model really working here. We can see that the left side of our tires is very hot, obviously, because we just had a massive slide to the left. And our tires are already cooling down in temperature, which is actually really nice, I guess because they're street tires, and they cool down a lot faster than I think race tires would. Now, I've played both the first and the second title quite a bit, especially the first game, and I can say that this feels like sort of a mix between the both. They both always felt like slightly different to me, especially since as Competizione is more GT3 oriented. The GT3 cars in both games have always felt polar opposites. But this game feels like it's a hybrid of both of those games, sort of. It definitely doesn't feel like either of them. It feels like its own game, but you can definitely feel some of that Assetto Corsa energy in it. And there we go, finished first place. I guess there's meant to be stats here or something, I don't know. At the moment it doesn't seem like there is. Okay, now here checking out the replay mode, and as you can see, there are absolutely zero tools that we can use. We can scrub to different parts of the races, but we can't change what car we're looking at. We can't change our camera angle. We can only pause and unpause. If you do look at the timeline, it does seem like replay won't be coming out for quite some time, which is kind of disappointing because this is how I get a lot of my thumbnails for my videos. So we'll just have to deal with that for now. But besides that, the visuals in this game look absolutely amazing. Besides the replay camera obviously struggling to keep the car fully in frame there. Okay everyone, so this game so far is absolutely amazing. Obviously, this is the very first day of its launch, so there is not much content in the game right now, but everything with the driving physics seems to be completely done. The game feels absolutely amazing. I can't explain it. I love it. There's just something about it that it just feels right. I love the first title game, and I felt like that was one of the best feeling sim racers of all time. And now this one just, this just tops the cake. There's something about this game that just feels right. I've driven multiple cars now from when you've seen the Crossworth, and they've all just felt good. Nothing's felt bad. Like, in some games, it feels like you slightly dip your rear wheel in grass, and that entire wheel loses all grip, and you spin out. This one is forgiving. It lets you do stuff like that. It feels real. It feels like the car does what you want it to do. Anyways, that's going to be all for today's video. I will be doing more videos, of course, on this game with more content releases and other things. So if you want to see more of that, make sure to subscribe and like, especially if you made it this far. Just why not? You made it all the way to the end. Just do it for just at least a like. It's just one little button. No harm. Anyways, that'll be all for today. I'll see you guys next time.